Hello everyone, myself Khushi. I'm a law student in IME Law College and I'm here as a legal intern in very popular law firm Lexis & Company. So guys, from this video we are going to discuss the left silent features of the Indian Constitution. This is a part 2 video. In part 1 video we were discuss some features, and in this video we are going to discuss some another features of the Indian Constitution. So first, which we are going to discuss is the parliamentary form of government. It is also a silent feature of the Indian Constitution. Like it adopted from the British Constitution, and the Constitution makers not adopted the American form, the American presidential system. Principles, we can say they have a cooperation and coordination between the legislative and executive organs. Presidential system, doctrine of separation of power between two organs. Parliamentary system, known as the Westminster model government, responsible government and cabinet government. Parliamentary system established in state also, which is known as the state legislatures. There is some features of the parliament government in Indian Constitution, like the presence of the nominal and real executive, majority party rule, collective responsibility of executive to the legislative, and the membership of ministers in legislature, leadership of prime minister or CM, means chief minister in state, resolution of lower house and Lok Sabha by the president. There are some of the features of the parliamentary form of government. In Parliament, the role of Prime Minister is so significant, and the Council in political scientists like to call a Prime Minister government, means the parliamentary form of government, also known as the Prime Ministerial government. So next feature is the synthesis of the parliamentary sovereignty and judicial supremacy. The doctrine of sovereignty of the parliament, which is taken from the British Parliament. Judicial supremacy, which we taken from the American Constitution. Just like different parliament system from Britain, judicial review power of Supreme Court is narrow as compared to the American Constitution, because the United Nations Constitution provide for a due to the process of law. Against that, we adopted the procedure established by law, which is mentioned in the Article 21 of our Indian Constitution. And due to the process established by the law, it is a feature of the British Constitution. Makers of Indian Constitution prefer to the proper synthesis between the British principle of parliament sovereignty and American principle of judicial supremacy. Supreme Court can declare the parliamentary law as unconstitutional through the judicial review. It is a power of a Supreme Court. Likewise, the Parliament can amend the portion of the Constitution through its constitutional power. Now, the next feature of the Indian Constitution is integrated and independent judiciary. Indian judiciary is integrated and independent. The Supreme Court stands at the top of the integrity of the judicial system in the country. Below it, there is a hierarchy of the courts, means like the Supreme Court, then High Court, then District Court, then Lower Court. Means there is a hierarchy. This single system of the court enforce both central laws and the state laws. Not in USA, but this is not a concept of a USA, where the federal law are not enforced by the federal judiciary and state law are not enforced by the state judiciary. They have no integrated judiciary, they have a separate in state and separate in center. Next part of the next main feature of the Indian Constitution is a fundamental rights. The fundamental rights, which is contained in the part 3rd of the Constitution, and they are guaranteed to the all citizen of India, like right to equality, which contained in Article 14 to 18, right to freedom contained in Article 19 to 22, freedom of religion, Article 25 to 28, cultural and educational right, Article 29 to 30, a right against the exploitation, Article 23 to 24, right to constitutional remedy, Article 32. Ask for this fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are meant to be for the promoting the idea of political democracy. The operate limitations on the, or we can say the arbitrary or cruelty behave or laws of the executive, and arbitrary laws of the legislative, and the justiciable in the nature. They are enforceable by the court. We can directly approach the Supreme Court if our fundamental rights are violated or breached. We can the aggrieved person can go directly Supreme Court and they issue the writs. The writs are the habeas corpus, the mandamus, prohibition, certiorari quo warranto. They can issue for the breach of their fundamental rights. Next feature of the Indian Constitution is the DPSP, Directive Principle of State Policy. According to the B.R. Ambedkar, the DPSP is a novel feature of the Indian Constitution and mentioned in the Part 4 of the Indian Constitution. The DPSP is classified into three ideologies: the socialistic, Gandhian, or liberal intellectual. It meant for the promoting the idea of the social and economic democracy. Seek to establish means they have only one motive: to establish a welfare state. Like fundamental duties, they are not justiciable or not enforceable by the court for their violation. We can say this DPSP like a moral obligation of the state's authorities. So now next is the fundamental duties. The original constitution did not contain or provide it the fundamental duty. It was added during the operation of the internal emergency. Means they were added by after the internal emergency in the country in 1975 by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment 1976 on the recommendation of the Swaraj Singh Committee. And the 86th Constitutional Amendment add one more fundamental duties in 2002. These duties are like the respect of the Constitution, national flag and a national anthem, to protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the country, and to promote a spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people, preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, and so on. This is some duties which is included in the fundamental duties. They are not enforceable like the DPSP. We cannot enforce it by the court. So this is the fundamental duties. Now we're going to discuss the next feature of the constitution is the a secular state. The Indian constitution is secular state and they not uphold any particular religion as an official religion, and there is a freedom of to all to follow their religion according to their customs and norms. Next is the universal adult franchisee. It is the basis the center and state legislative work. Means the every citizen not less than 18 years have a right to vote without any discrimination on the basis of the caste, sex, religion and other grounds. Next is the single citizenship. The Indian constitution provide a single citizenship. On other hand, the American have a dual citizenship, and means they have a single citizenship. Citizenship are not divided on the center and state. Next is the independent bodies. Means the bodies in the which is mentioned in the constitution, which is totally independent, like a election commission, and auditor general of India, UPSC, state public service commission, some independent body of in constitution. Next is the emergency provisions. The extraordinary situation, the president have a power to impose the emergency in India. This type of emergency is the national emergency, which is mentioned in the Article 352, the state emergency, Article 356, and the financial emergency in Article 360. There is a three type of emergency imposed by the government at ordinary and emergency situation. Next is a three-tier government. The Indian constitution have a dual polity organization of the powers like a federal organization. From the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment 1992 add a three-tier system of like a in panchayat system and in municipality in urban area. This is some important and main features of the Indian Constitution. Hope you understand to which important provision include in our Indian Constitution. So hope you like this video. Hope you understand this topic. And after that, you have any question, then you have to ask in the comment box, and I will give my best to answer it. A very thank you to all to watching this video.